You gotta love how simple and just kind-hearted that this gentle music is. Anyways, greetings entities and guardians, my name is HyperHimes and welcome back to Cookie Run Kingdom. So if you're wondering, yes, this music is nice and gentle and kind. So let's delve into the news story of BEAST-YEAST, because the new episode, Something of Silence, is available now. Conviction of Silence, that's what it is, right? We don't need to do this levels anymore. We have one new level to go right here. This is the Silence of Conviction. Conviction of Silence, it doesn't matter. We're going to explore a good amount of the story today, and then we're going to keep on playing this more and more just to unveil more story, because I am very curious as to how all of this is going to play out. Because you gotta remember, technically the last time we had any mention of this story was at the end of the Golden Cheese story, literally all the way back in level 6. Or, you know, episode 6, where the story basically ended with Golden Cheese saying, like, I think it's time for me to, you know, find, Golden Cheese was like, I know what to do. I have to find White Lily Cookie. But then again, somewhere in, like, episode 7 and 8, I think it was in episode 7, White Lily and Pure Vanilla were together, but then they decided to split because, you know, Pure Vanilla needed to dedicate himself to find Shadow Milk, and now White Lily's doing the same thing with Silent Salt, but I'm pretty sure she was trying to find out, like, what's going on with the cookies instead. So before we go ahead and get on with the story, I will be trying to read comments from another video over here, if I can get it pulled up, which happens to be from the video, Getting Golden Cheese Cookies, a new costume, which, amazing. Man, can you believe the events that led to, what happens after that? Great time, but, anyway, if you want to leave your question and comments down in the comment section below for me to read down the videos, and feel free to do so, because it could be a random question, a random comment, a random fact, something about me, something about the game, something entirely different. It doesn't even matter, because as long as we're having a fun time at the end of the day, from community to creator and creator to community, and we enjoy each other, that's what matters the most, which I'll just get one comment out the way, coming from Indictation saying, question of the day, I don't want any consuming the hero responsibilities, but I pretty much want to have whatever the Chef Choco Twins and Fig Cookie have. Huh. Well, I guess that makes sense. It's better because I don't even remember what the comment question of that video was. But, oh yeah, Alice does many things say about Hyper. I was like, well, I hope you feel better, but hopefully lying back in your bed with some chicken noodle soup and some water, laying back and watching this story will make you feel better, because check this out. Episodes 3 and 4. Realm of Apathy.
The mysterious pale ailment has stricken the Dark Cacao Kingdom. To find a cure, Dark Cacao Cookie ventures into the land of BEAST-YEAST. Will the stoic monarch be able to put an end to the sinister plot of Mystic Flower Cookie, the master of the Ivory Pagoda, and protect his land? The ultimate trial of Dark Cacao Cookie's resolution awaits at the top of the endless steps. Battling the creeping apathy poisoning his soul, the ancient hero finds a way to unite his divided power, vanquish his dreadful foe, and return home victorious.
Episodes 5 and 6. Land of Fire and Ruin.
Golden Cheese Cookie, the Radiant Queen, is kidnapped by the mysterious army of wild spices. In the eye of the spicy storm, the hero soars with golden pride. That is, until the fateful confrontation with the ancient god of destruction, Burning Spice Cookie, breaks her wings. The soul jam is gone, but the golden glint of greed is not easily dimmed. Despite her crumbling dough, Golden Cheese Cookie faces the terrible beast once more and emerges victorious. With the strength of her soul gem returned, the radiant goddess buries her enemy under a pile of rocks. Alas, Burning Spice Cookie survives and retreats into the shadows, awaiting the next opportunity to strike.
Episodes 7 and 8. A Game of Truth and Deceit.
Seeking clues about the beast binding ritual, Pure Vanilla Cookie and friends reach the Spire of All Knowledge. But the spire is not what it seemed. In his lair, the sinister master of deceit puts the cookies against a twisted kaleidoscope of lies. In the end, Pure Vanilla Cookie falters in the face of the ugly truth, revealed by Shadow Milk Cookie, and is reborn as the truthless recluse. Shadow Milk Cookie's plan unfolds. Chaos and insidious rumors spread throughout the cookie world. But just when the Master of Deceit was ready to celebrate his victory, A single ray of light pierced the blue haze of deceit to illuminate the darkness looming over the world. Pure Vanilla Cookie's boundless determination to step towards the truth despite doubts and lies.
Episodes 9 and 10. Paradise of Passion and Sloth.
Troubling news comes from all corners of Earthbread. Determined to face her adversary, Hollyberry Cookie gathers her trusted friends and ventures into BEAST-YEAST. But instead of fearsome monsters and fabled perils, they stumble upon the mystical Garden of Delights and the comforting sounds of its master's lyre. Will Hollyberry Cookie resist the saccharine temptation and rekindle the passion in her heart? The gentle eternal sugar cookie reveals her true nature and confines Hollyberry Cookie in the heart of the garden. Her friends risk everything to rescue the ancient hero. But the most difficult battle is the one that rages on inside her. In the end, she recalls the purpose of her shield and protects the Hollyberry Kingdom.
It is time for the story to continue. No introduction for this one. We're just given the recap of what's happened so far, and we're about to enter this very interesting place. Yeesh, okay, and seems like we're gathering parts for the journal, which, hey, the more parts that we gather for this, the more that we can actually obtain for lore story-wise, but it only gets fully achieved once we reach 11:16, which should be where, like, a mini-boss happens, I would assume. And that, yep, that mini-boss happens to be, I'm pretty sure, flooding a charcoal cookie. And that's just fun. Anywho, there is a few comments I'll quickly read, like Crystal Frost saying, congratulations on getting Golden Cheese costume because it's very adorable. And I think I would want to go for like a Pure Lily combo. Well, I'm not a Pure Lily fan, but I want to have Pure Vanilla Cookie's healing powers and White Lily Cookie's nature magic. It's really fun. I guess that makes sense. Truth is a Clue says, I would love to be able to fly. Pretty basic, I guess. Honestly, flight is pretty easy. That's smart to have. Also, Alex says many things. Says, question of the day, probably the ability to not feel pain. So be numb? I feel like you'd rather just say the ability to heal, because there's a lot of difference between being able to heal yourself or being immune to damage and being numb. You gotta make sure you get your stuff across like that. I'm just being honest. And of course, we do have the challenge mode, but I think there's Is No More Heart and Challenge, which challenge is just, I love how there's just a big gap in pain in regards to that. Like, come on, look at that. Boom! It's like 100,000, 2 million, like 2.7 million, 3.4 million. And you can only advance challenge difficulty after clearing hard. Okay, so you have to literally do like everything here. That's very problematic. Alright, sure. But we're just gonna primarily go through this in the story. You may think like, oh, that's kind of on the easier side. Well, that's true, but I want to get the story done. I'm too curious. I don't want to get spoiled. Alright, first level. I feel like at this point it should be required that I use White Lily Cookie. Like, I feel like it feels right with me. So, I'm gonna swap out. Oh, she's a bomber. I guess I'll take her Eternal Sugar.
And there will be countless battles more.
True, true, true. Man, I'm just remembering the quotes from White Lily already because I made the fake trailer for the Silent Salt Cookie update. Man, that would have been a time to be there, if anyone remembers that video. It has like nearly like 9,000 views, by the way, which very thankful for all the support on that video, which, let's hopefully keep growing with stuff like that. Maybe I can produce more stuff like that, who knows? Only signs green, Silent Salt's return. Yeah, thanks, what do you expect?
Give my thanks to the Fairy Kingdom for accepting me, nothing but a traveler, as one of their own. I promise to return once my journey reaches its end.
I see there is no stopping you. Please, take this. It's a piece of moonstone. And so, another one has left to confront their fate. Another one I failed to stop. Fate. Is there anything more cruel?
A long time ago, in the Fairy Kingdom.
If I'm fated to extinguish, then I...
Are you certain? If we succeed, you too will...
I have nothing left to fear.
I will see it through, no matter what. And I will spare no strength.
That river is long but crossed. White Lily Cookie, may your journey be safe. May your journey be safe.
Oh yeah, that's already a heavy lore drop, knowing that, you know, plumbing not Millennium Tree, I'm sorry, I keep mistaking them for the same entity, but like, plumbing Elder Fairy and Silent Salt Nutrition. We all knew for a fact that was Silent Salt. There's no doubt about that. Are you kidding me?
Pure vanilla cookie.
Yes, White Lily Cookie. This is where we part ways as well, right?
Two things have been on my mind since the Fairy Kingdom. First, the secret to the beast binding ritual. The second, the Guardian's power. Or better said, the witches who granted such a power. I have inherited it from Elder Fairy Cookie. It is only right for me to learn everything about the source of this strength.
I cannot deny I wish you'd stay. You walk your own path, White Lily Cookie.
To defeat the beasts. And Dark Enchantress Cookie. Farewell, my friend.
So obviously, as you noted from there, from both aspects of the story, we saw the first aspect, the first cutscene, happened to be right after the storyline. Well, I guess it's technically, well, not right after, but like, it happened just before the storyline when Elder Fairy Cookie and White Lily Cookie were, coerced within the Silver Kingdom. With this, the Fairy Kingdom with the Silver Tree and stuff like that. That was before, like, episodes 1 and 2's events took place, because I think that happened before, when White Lily first met Silverbell and all that stuff. Kind of, before that. And that's also when Elder Fairy had visions of Silent Salt Cookie in the past or something like that. But another thing is, the second part of the cutscene had to do with, right in the aspect of episode 7, I think, where White Lily used to be with Pure Vanilla, but then they split ways. So it's kind of another bit of a recap. So, interesting to see it all collide together. It's interesting. I'd love to see the lore. And I got to get to 11.5. Alright, heavy lore story aside, a few quick comments I'll get out of the way. Screech Screener saying I want to teleport. Very useful power. I gotta give you credit where credit is due. Speaking of which, Leona Geode actually was for the same thing, the ability to teleport, which teleportation is just powerful. Japanese words I can't understand, but they end in word Chan. Just left some party streamers. Hey, party. And also, Simply That Human says, man, all I got is common costumes. I know, costume gacha can be such a pleb sometimes. Bentley left a comment saying, the only costume I got is Burning Spices. It's amazing. Man, I can agree with that one. I had to spend a lot of money for that. And Amanda Vivi says her costume is definitely my favorite. I agree. She has an amazing costume. And Alicia just says W. 3 W's in the chat. Let's put W's in the chat, everyone. Just get the lore heavily in here. That's a spirit run. I thought I had to fight a pole. I thought for a second, I was just looking at that going like, do I have to fight a literal banner? How much stronger do these weak enemies get? Alright, well, let's get through these plebs.
For our victory!
Doubt will consume you.
It's really interesting just hearing all these, the skills being used with the, the voice actors here.
For our victory!
It's really wild. It's kind of surreal to think about that. Ever since, like, when the story first came out, they didn't have voice actors, so it's really wild.
Did you give up already? Come on!
I was about to say, I thought you were talking about me.
Out.
But, like, no, I literally won with you. But, oh, we do see a little shard right there. What is this? Because you saw that little white lily thing poke out of the ground. Now, you've got me curious, Game. Are you going to play a cutscene because I'm going to bend over and just pick that thingy up?
I'm used to traveling alone. But this journey, something feels different. No time for pointless reflection. I must recount what I've learned so far.
Or White Lily Cookie went to the banquet of the witches. Fairy Kingdom Library.
The spirits of the beast tried to break free from confinement. I've never seen a power more dreadful. The first bearers of our soul gems, whose power was bestowed by the very beings that created us. Perhaps they might know the reason why we cookies came to be. I wish to learn more about them. There are barely any records left. Perhaps they were hidden away, somewhere no one will find them. The Song of Beast Binding? I wonder if it holds any knowledge about the beasts. O emissaries, beware of taint. The godly wrath runs vast. Great are their hands, wide are their hats. Long shadows do they cast. Their forks shall pierce, their chains shall bind. Their judgment shall be passed, just as Elder Fairy foretold. What is that? A small note at the bottom of the scroll. The ever-vigilant gaze of judgment shall watch you. From a place deep below, where tears harden, turning into brilliant gems. In the end, the seal has lost its power, and the beasts regain their freedom. The power of the Guardian to contain this ancient evil. There must be a reason why Elder Fairy passed down his strength to me. A piece of this mystery that I'm missing. The Guardian's power, bestowed by the witches. The beast cookies gain their strength from the witches as well. Two powers, sharing a single root. If there are any clues left about the witches, they must be hidden away somewhere in the beast's old domains, right under their watchful eyes. But the power that such knowledge holds must be immense. Enough to challenge the beast's tyranny if kept whole, in one place. That strange tome Pure Vanilla Cookie found. The clues within it pointed towards the spire of all knowledge. And if the spire truly holds the secret of the ritual to seal this evil away, there must be other fragments of the whole, kept by the other beasts. Whatever knowledge about the witches the spire holds, Pure Vanilla Cookie will find it, I'm sure. Now my path leads me to the place, deep below, where tears harden, turning into brilliant gems. There is no mistake. It's salt. Salt from our dough that we spill with tears, that hardens and turns into crystals.
Gonna be honest with you, I would have never guessed salt.
I shall head to the domain of the one whom Cookies once called the Salt of Solidarity. Perhaps the answers I seek await somewhere in the land of silence.
For our victory!
Tell me, have you heard more elegant a defense?
Did I even unmute the whole entire time? I'm so sorry. Like, I'm sorry. I was like... Sorry, I was letting the cutscene play out. That was my bad. You just saw that without, like, little commentary. Basically, I was talking that midst the whole time, and all I was saying was, like, I would have never guessed it was salt. There's no way I would have guessed it was salt. I guess White Lily Cookie just looked at the map going, like, alright, what's a good gemstone that would... you cry? Salt. Salt. It's definitely salt. Makes sense. We'll probably go through, like, one more level before ending the video, because, like, you know, I don't want to jump into too much story, because I know later on there's going to be a lot more hefty story that we're going to have to rely upon, and, oh, it's already going to be interesting. But, I'm already liking how this, what just happened? Veil of Salt, excuse me? What is this? Veil of Salt? Get this out of my eyes, it's going to make me burn. Too much for my eyes to handle, I'll have you know.
Doubt will consume you.
There we go. Alright, I was gonna say also, like, I think this will be the last level that we actually journey through, only just because,
I see
like I
everyone
mentioned,
is
you know,
safe.
there's gonna be more story that we're gonna have to delve into. It's gonna get a lot more chaotic, I can only assume. So I know it seems rather short, but I also like keeping well-paced within these, you know, stories and levels. And probably the next time that we play, we'll probably go from 11.5 to, like, maybe 11, like, 12? Some more levels, depending on how many story and cutscenes there will exist, because, it's already getting very crazy. But with that being said, but I'm pretty sure, do we actually... Oh yeah, we got a bit of her journal. Alright. Let us recall all that we've learned about the ways to seal the beasts. The manuscript that I found back at the Fairy Kingdom before I headed to the Cake Tower, it mentioned Land of Silence. Oh, I think this is White Little Kiki speaking. Sure, why not? Alright. Let us recall what we've learned about the ways to seal the beast. The manuscript that I found back in the Fairy Kingdom before I headed to the Cake Tower, it mentioned the Land of Silence. Okay, sure, and we get that bit of the cutscene, which I guess just quickly explains what we just went over. So this will recall everything that she remembers about, you know, the beast and stuff like that. So of course, we venture back into her memories. Okay, that's fair enough for me. So anyways, now we're going to go ahead in this video. I don't think there's many more comments that I can read. I'll actually read like just 2 more. One from Cartoonist Prime saying Cybertronian powers and abilities, like, you know, an F-15 jet vehicle mode would be cool. Yeah, you would be like an Autobot. And also, Marshadow Activity says, I want to have a toggle to listen to speak at any animal. I say a toggle because if it was always on, that might be pretty annoying. You know what, when you're right, that'd be very funny. And actually a comment that I'll also read, I know I said 2 more, but this person comes from someone who I don't think I've seen on the channel before, called Multiverse Man, saying, fun fact, it's a defeated AU where she retreated when giving it a chance, and she went back to her virtual world. That's why her dog cracked and she's missing her soul gem. Is she missing the soul gem? Huh, I didn't even notice that about the costume. Oh, that's actually pretty wild. Okay, well, with that being said, we'll go ahead and end the video right here. So if you enjoy the video, then please be sure to leave a like on it, and also share the video with your friends if you enjoy my Kick Around content. And if you enjoy my content in general, then why not subscribe, and also hit the bell icon to be notified of what I do in the future. And also down below in the description, you'll see links to all my social media, which includes a Twitter post. If it gets 10,000 likes, I get the Kick Around YouTube stuff for absolutely free. And there's also links to my new merch store, the Plum Market, and also my YouTube memberships that you can buy for just $1 a month for exclusive content. But above all else, I'll see you entities and guardians in the next video. Hail the Hypenese.